Chicago community activists host rally to combat violence and issue truce. Yo, welcome to the Shy Dependent Party. This is an affiliate of the Free Thought Media Group, and I am your host, Karan Free. What's up, Chicago? The damn crime. That's what's up. Cause check it out. Our beloved city, the great windy one, Chi-Town, the home of the Bulls, the MJ Fadeaway, the deep dish pizza, and even the Stanley Cup at the moment is actually a war zone, especially the South Side, and that's why it has been fittedly dubbed Chirac. Now, Chirac actually just happens to be the name of Spike Lee's new joint, basically documenting none other than what, the city's violence. Now, it's very interesting because there's been a lot of people with opinions, a lot of haters, just a lot of debaters just saying, hey, Spike Lee shouldn't have named the movie that. Spike, we don't want that that negative stigma to be held upon our city, but we got to think about it, guys. Let's be honest. The city is that type of city. It's really, it's racking up some numbers. I mean, because if you look at the city right now, if you know, we are what they refer to in the sports world as a stat stuffer. Now, I mean, we're not even at the end of the game yet. It's only October. We have 3 more months until the new year, and already the Chicago stats are somewhat ridiculous. Now, just listen to these: 2,300 shootings, and that's an average of about 8 per day. Note that's about 400 more than last year, and overall that's about a 21% increase in homicides. I'm sorry, that's 400 more than this date last year, so we definitely breaking records. Now, this weekend alone, 4 people were killed and 53 people wounded. That was between Friday evening and Monday morning. Now, on Monday evening, the worst thing literally in the world happened. When I read this story, I don't know. But basically, an infant was shot. This is an 11-month-old baby. It was actually, he was actually wounded. Even if that wasn't bad enough, his mama was actually killed. That wasn't bad enough. Her mama, that's his grandmother, she was actually killed also. And if that didn't make you throw up yet, the mother was pregnant. Now, I wish I could make it up, but I'm not making this shit up. This is actually what really happened. 2 generations of a family literally wiped away. And the kid, I mean, what are you going to do? If you think about the kid, I mean, what he's going to do, like foster care now? And like, you already know how the system is. And like, that's just a very tragic story. Now, everybody really in the city kind of knows why the violence happens, but what city officials, that's the people who basically go in and don't know what's going on, but really try to say they know what's going on. But basically, they're saying it's a combination of gangs and illegal guns. Now, illegal guns, I'm not doubting, but I really wouldn't call them gangs because a lot of the young men in our communities, they aren't that organized. It's not like it was back in the day, where everybody had meetings and there was really, repercussions for things like that. Everybody's really just out here by themselves, and without structure, this has led to basically more melee and, of course, more violence. Now, basically, if you're depressed right now, I'll go ahead and offer a solution, so maybe lighten the mood. But basically, one of the solutions is that community activists in the city of Chicago, there are many of them. They are pretty heavy in their endeavors. Now, on Thursday evening, community activist Will Calloway of the South Shore area, he actually took to the south side of the city where he organized a rally and basically brought awareness to the city's violence. He addressed city's matters, like with the politics of it, and basically, and most of all, he let it be known that there's a truce between a few neighborhood factions. So again, they're not really gangs, basically factions. He basically got a truce going. But enough of me talking, man. Go ahead, check the video out for yourself.
Hi, good evening. My name is William Calloway, C-A-L-L-O-W-A-Y. I am a community organizer from the South Shore neighborhood. Today we organized together as a community activists from South Shore and all around the city. Community organizers and community activists, we came together for today for something epic. 71st Street corridor, as we all know, is a very, very violent plagued street. It's been a lot of violence from Stony Island to here, right here on 71st and Oglesby. South Shore is leading the South Side in homicides right now. I think about 20 homicides so far for this year. A young man was just shot and killed on 73rd and Phillips earlier this week. You know, one thing that I love about this community is it has a lot of potential. But it doesn't have the resources that it needs. But these community members and these gang members in South Shore have made the conscious decision to put the guns down and focus on economic development. And I think that's something that we need to applaud more and make sure that things like this and epic moments like this doesn't go unnoticed. The rival gangs, East of Jeffrey and West of Jeffrey have came together, have decided to make a truce. Now they have to see that long as it's positivity and we get the brothers the resources that they need, you know, the positivity and the encouragement that they need, that the truce will last. You know what I mean? I applaud them because some of them did interviews today. You know what I mean? And that's something they're completely against. You know what I mean? Getting on camera and talking about putting the guns down. They had to sacrifice their pride, their reputation, you know, making them look like they're weak and they soft. And that's something that they did to them. Now they felt that it was a lot coming down here knowing that some of them are documented gang members. And if I'm a documented gang member, right, and I'm on parole, he's a documented gang member, he's on parole, I could violate my parole by being around another documented gang member. Okay, and with this system and the way the system is set up, they have legislation called RICO laws. You know what I mean? And things like that. They can trap brothers. And when they were sitting up there telling me about it, I understood that, and I had to meet them where they are. You understand? Now it's 20, 30 of them. They can come down here. Yeah, that's true. But they have to understand that the police still, we live in a racist state. You know, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna be just blunt. They can make a positive step forward, but that don't mean that it'll be plotted by law enforcement. You know what I mean? It won't. So I had to respect that, but I do respect the effort that they made. What's important, like I said, is not, you know, how many numbers or what it looks like out here, but the fact that it is a peace treaty, y'all. I walk outside and I see people get shot in their face, man. That's real talk. I stay out here, you know what I'm saying? That hurts me to my heart because I'm a black man. You know what I mean? I grew up in the streets. I've been shot before. I lost my brother to gun violence. You know, I just lost a childhood friend. She was pregnant, 2 months pregnant. She was shot and killed on 53rd and Aberdeen earlier this week. This is serious. You know, this is not play for me at all. So the fact that they came together, didn't nobody have to hype them up. They came and made that decision on their own. They said, look, man, ain't nobody getting any money. All the jobs is leaving. People, grandmothers and mothers is getting hit in crossfire. We need to put the guns down. We need to get children in here. We need to put the guns down and focus on building up our community. I'm going to stand with them every single step of the way. I don't care how much it takes and what it takes. Also, I said I wasn't going to attack them, and I'm going to stand on my word. But I'm still stand on my beliefs and hold her to the standard like every elected official should be held it up to. And she needs to be more accountable. She needs to do more. I do believe that she can do more. She needs to be more accountable. She needs to have a better connection and relationship with our community, without a doubt. So that's what this direction, and they need leadership. They need leadership. Our people perish for lack of knowledge. So they don't know how to do these things and go in the right direction. They're going to continue to do it. So I really do appreciate y'all coming out. I really do. I really wish we had the numbers out here because I would love to march. I'm really about that life. I love to do that. But I don't want to do it unless it's a community effort. If they say, Will, love you, the big squash, but we not getting on camera, that's something I would respect. And that's something I'm really going to respect. And I just pray that whatever decision they try to do to get this community rolling, I pray that y'all band with us and stick with us. Now, the The next city council meeting, I believe, is on October 14th. So one thing that we were talking about was getting some, and I think they'll be down with this, was as a community, getting some vans and getting some buses and going down to city council and demand Rahm Emanuel give us some jobs. You understand what I'm saying? And a grocery store, absolutely. Because it is proven statistically that a job can prevent crime. You understand what I'm saying? You get these brothers jobs, get them off the street 8, 9, 10 hours a day, get them employment. They ain't got to sell drugs. They ain't got to be a nobody. They don't have to deal with the law. That can change and improve a whole community. Right. And Rahm Emanuel and the powers that be knows that. And they trying to fight against us that we in the African American community don't have that. And I'm not going for that.
All right.
And I'm gonna fight.
We not going for that.
We not going for that. So I definitely could use all you guys' help. Just keep me lifted up in prayers. I definitely want to invite y'all out to Bob, like Patricia. Patricia was a friend of mine. I grew up with her. I knew that girl since we was in 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen her in a few years. It's funny how God works. He just allowed me to see her over the summer in that aqua wash right here on Yates that got closed down. I just seen her over the summer. That was the last time I seen her.
So there you have it, a glimpse of a Chicago rally in which to combat the epidemic of violence going on in our neighborhoods. I agree with some of the things that were said. You know, I disagree with some things. You know, that as all people do. You know, that's a human trait, and we all get our opinions. But I believe, you know, that every act done in a good place, you know, is a good one. You know, and I do hope the truce holds up. You know, that's something that we really do need. Like we heard earlier, the stats is ridiculous, so we really need to stop that. But I believe that everything that we really want as a community can definitely, as a people, as a race, as a you know, as a population of the world, I believe that if we wake up and we begin to do for self, then we will be all right. You know, I've actually reached out to Will though, and I hope that we can get an interview soon, just to go a little bit deeper on his views of things. You know, it was kind of interesting. I think it would be interesting also to hear just more things from an activist point of view. But until then, don't you forget to like this video, share it, leave a comment, and let me know how you feel, man. You know, hit me up, I'll hit you back. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the Shy Dependent Party. Till next time, later.